are now tuned to BS3 Network.
Welcome back to the Fourcast, where we review movies, films, documentaries a completely different way, 4 different perspectives. It is the 2cast as of right now. Wilk should be coming in here in just a minute. Keep praying for Doc. Doc should be making his return as well. But man, I'm glad to be back. Took a little bit of a week off. It was my 19th wedding anniversary last week, so definitely was not doing a show last week. Anybody that's married, you know, that's that time, man. You gotta celebrate.
I did. You gotta wait, baby.
You gotta wait till it's done with the show. All right. But yeah, appreciate everybody, man. Appreciate everybody for tuning in tonight. Appreciate everyone. Thank you for the congratulations. Let's get to the chat real quick. Trey Natural's in the building. Thank you for tuning in. The Intellect, Eric Butler in the building. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure to check him out on Perspective on Thursdays. And is it Wednesday yet? Looking forward to the return of that show as well. His gift. Thank you for tuning in. Like that Abby photo right there. Al, man, my man Al High, been all over the place, man, covering games. Was at the Kansas-Colorado game. I need to get up with you just to see how it was. But good to see you. Appreciate that. Jeff, my man, Chef Jeff in the building. Tuesdays on BS2 Network at 5:30. But as we always do, A-Trap, how was your week off?
I was. I don't even smoke. I don't know what my fascination with smoking. It's just I don't even smoke.
Yeah,
it was cool, man. As you see, I was being me, man.
Yeah. Always, man. Hey, real quick, talk about the format of the show, and we'll talk about the topic later. But talk about what you're doing with End of the Bench Media.
Well, you know, since seeing how, like, I made this statement about a month ago about how basically the culture in America has shifted in regards to attention span. So instead of doing a long form show, I've broken my show up into bits, five parts. Each day it'd be something that's either in the media or something that strikes me. And the 5th day is called Black Friday. Friday is called Black Friday. Ironically, it is Black Friday. It's going to be on Black Friday, but it has nothing to do with shopping and consuming from Amazon and things like that. I'm going to bring to your attention films, music, books, and things of that nature that we need to buy from our people. Like, even if it's a book. If it's a book, I would really greatly appreciate it if you just went to your public library. It won't cost you a dime. Go to your public library, request a book. You request a book. Just imagine. There's thousands of us watching this. If thousands of us go to the public library and request the book, even if you never go pick up the book has been ordered. That helps a Black author get closer to the bestsellers list, which will afford him a way of living, and B, put him in a position to where he can get a second book deal.
Yeah, hey, that's facts, man. And there's a ton of Black authors that are out there that we can support. So if it's something that you're interested in, there's a Black author that's writing. And funny, you brought that up. I was at the farmers market this past weekend, and there was a lady there that was the author of children's books. And she, as soon as I came up to her, she was like, "I'm the author, I'm the illustrator," and it really just kind of hit me like authors are Black authors are everywhere, and they write all type of books. So I appreciate you saying that. That was a good look.
Yeah. This last week I did The Coming and the 20-year edition of The Covenant with Black America. A lot of people don't understand what that is. That is a book by Tavis Smiley with multiple thought-provoking people from the Black community. And it's basically what Ice Cube copied and pasted for his contract with Black America. I got a contract. No, you don't. I read that book 18 years ago.
Hey, and a little bit of a plug. Ice Cube came out with a new album. So you got some of these old.
I plugged that last Friday.
Older artists. Hey, and real quick, Exhibit dropped a single. I think it was a couple of weeks ago. It was all right. Exhibit. I mean, the old West Coast returning. So definitely check those out. Support that. All right. So tonight.
Rest in peace to Saphir, man.
Yeah, that's his brother, right?
Yeah. Out of your territory.
Man. Right. Yeah. Definitely rest in peace to him.
He got one of the dopest lines ever. It starts off, I went all around the world pitching while he hit
it. Yeah, man. Hey, people sleep on the West Coast, man. They think we just club bangers and but obviously Kendrick
and gang bangers.
Yeah. And Kendrick dropped a surprise album on Friday. It came out of nowhere. And is it Damn? Is it Mr. Morale? No, but it's some new music that we normally don't get from Kendrick.
Kendrick Lamar on this album, he's an artist. He has taken all his favorite artists. I personally, he didn't say this, but because I'm a hip hop connoisseur, he's taken all of his people that influenced him, right?
Yeah. And
he has used their style when he's rapping. He sounds like Pac, he sounds like Nas. He got Luther Vandross track. Of course, never tell you about it. I ain't doing that, but
Yeah, he had a song that sounded like One Mic.
Right. It's to the One Mic. Yeah, that's like he had Nas down. So it was truly a piece of art.
Yeah.
And I don't even like Kendrick. His voice is a bit much. But when you
his sound effects on his albums can be a little bit much, but his creativity, you can tell.
I just can't take his voice.
All right. So tonight, evolution of the Black quarterback. We're gonna do episode 1, and then we'll do the next 2 in the next coming weeks. But this is right up my alley. My dad actually sent this to me. And then I think somebody else sent it to me. And then I was like, all right, we got to do this. Yeah, Mike Vick is narrating it, which I think is great. You got to have somebody that was a Black quarterback, but also helped change the game even further. And it's just, like I said, it's evolving. The game just evolved with different quarterbacks at different times. So, initial thoughts, man, this was great. From the intro, that kind of had somewhat of that OJ 30 for 30 kind of like it had more of just sports. It wasn't just sports. It talked about culture, and it talked about different things that we have dealt with. So it talked about really the evolution of us and quarterback. So like I said, right up my alley, definitely something I was looking forward to watching. Episode 1 was 1 hour. Obviously they could do more, which is why they got 2 more episodes. But give me your thoughts.
I mean, like you said, it is something that was greatly needed. It is an homage to Black quarterbacks. It is a hanging a tapestry for history in front of the world, and let them know what we deal with, what we have dealt with, and what we're going through. I greatly appreciate it. I watched it a couple months ago when it was Prime. I greatly appreciated it, and it walked me through memory lane. It was dope.
Yeah. So, and it starts off with the beginning is what it's called. And it kind of talks about how, 1920 is when the NFL started, and they were really just getting off the ground, didn't have a lot of players, and football was more of a college game than it was a professional game. So you had a lot of the Ivy League schools, which was mainly the source of football, and that's what people watched and people were fans of. And there was a guy by the name of Fritz Pollard, which I'm gonna throw out some names tonight Do your research, look them up, do a quick Google search. They deserve it because, again, these were the trailblazers that don't really get talked about a lot. But Fritz Pollard was a Brown University graduate. He ended up playing for the Bears, and this was early. I mean, we're talking about 19, 20, 22. Like, really, they were looking for an opportunity. They were culture vultures. They wanted somebody that could help boost the NFL, and it worked. And they gradually became, grew the NFL to what it is today. But they needed us, obviously. In a lot of areas, they need us to help boost it, make it creative, not make it dull. So did you know about Fritz Pollard before this?
Uniquely, yes. For one and one reason only, I heard of Fritz Pollard because my mother's maiden name is Pollard.
Okay. Any relation?
Maybe. I'll find out soon.
Somewhere down the line.
I just did the pay for the ancestry.com thing and waiting on the package. So you never know.
Yeah.
Never know.
Yeah.
And with the Illinois connection, you never know.
Yeah. But I felt like that was interesting because when you think of the NFL today, it is predominantly us, predominantly Black athletes in it. And they talked about, which I thought was interesting, these positions that were in the middle of the field: linebacker,
safety,
D tackle, safety, quarterback, running back. Those type of positions weren't seen as positions for us, but now on every team, minus one, it's a Black running back, and he's injured right now, so I guess you can't really count him. So, when you look at safety and middle linebacker, that's a position that we hold down. So obviously things have changed, but they didn't see us as being smart enough, basically, to be a quarterback, which doesn't make sense because a lot of these guys, which I felt like was another interesting part, going to Tony Dungy, his dad was in World War I, and he was also a professor at a school. So we are by far still the smartest and the brightest. People just don't want to believe it, or they know it, but they don't want to open the door. So the Tony Dungy piece and his dad, I felt like was really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, the Tony Dungy thing. I knew about Tony Dungy being a college quarterback, but that was the thing that they used to do. I've seen recently, within the last 3 to 5 years, I saw an interview with Deshaun Watson, Michael Vick. Deshaun Watson, Michael Vick, and Warren Moon. And Deshaun and Warren mentioned that they didn't run the fastest 40 that they could because they knew if y'all find out how fast I am, y'all might try to move me to the outside.
Yeah, y'all gonna try to move me to the wide receiver.
And And I'm gonna touch on something even before that. What I noticed is something I mentioned on my Thursday's program. Thursday, I mentioned how we need to understand our collective power.
Yeah,
we make these things happen. We made they even showed you the NFL was trying to figure it out. Then you start add brothers to it, and then the people took it seriously. And then you took away the brothers, and then it dwindled again. Then you add some more brothers, and then the NFL, they even gave you that cockamamie story. NFL was didn't want to pay in the midst of the depression, didn't want to pay Black people while white men needed jobs. Yeah. Well, how about you just get better at your job? It just shows you. We made Facebook pop, we made Twitter pop, we made Instagram pop, we made TikTok pop, and we keep making things pop. And people keep saying, "Oh, well, we won't support each other," but we actually do. But we support each other in the name of someone else.
Right.
So we continue to struggle.
Right. This is a great comment by the Intellect. He says, any position that represented leadership or intelligence that were not allowing us to obtain tracks well. Unfortunately, shaking my head. Facts. Yeah. How about that? Because those are main positions that we hold down. Just because they know that we are mentally able to handle it, mentally able to do reads, and this kind of goes to the Lamar Jackson when he was coming out, and they're like, yeah, he should play another position. It's like, no, I'm not playing another position, which at a certain time, it was either you change your position, which I thought was a great parallel between Tony Dungy and Warren Moon. Either you change your position with what Tony Dungy did, or you play in Canada, which Warren Moon did. They both ended up, had successful careers. Probably Tony's maybe wasn't as successful as a player than Warren's, but, Tony got the Super Bowl playing against his former coach on his staff, Lovie Smith. So it's very interesting to see how things were and how far they've come because they really don't have a choice. At this point, it's not like I'm going to choose the black quarterback in the last round. You're going to choose him in the probably the top in the first round or one of the top picks. And obviously, you look at this year with Shedeur Sanders. He's going to be a top 10, 15, depending on whatever team he ends up going to. You think he'll be number one? Well, it's probably going to be what? Jacksonville probably going to have a number one pick somewhere.
If Jacksonville gets it, they'll trade it. Shedeur Sanders, you have to understand, first and foremost, Shedeur Sanders is a protege of the guy that they call the GOAT, Tom Brady. He's a protege. He works with him every summer.
True.
Second, and something else, the dude who I'm speaking of, Tom Brady, is a minority owner of the Las Vegas Raiders. He wants his son in Las Vegas. It should do a Sanders. I mean, and then this is a quarterback unfriendly draft. You got Cam Ward, you got the kid out of Texas, which at the end of the day, all three of these guys that they're talking about, ironically, are from the state of Texas. Cam Ward from Texas. The kid from Alabama is a Texas product. And Shedeur Sanders, Texas product. So Shedeur Sanders is clearly the best. And just think about that. 5 years ago, we couldn't have said, is there an NFL draft? And all three quarterbacks that are projected to be in the top 10 are brothers. And no others.
Yeah. Let me get to this other comment. Even as recently as Lamar Jackson, they questioned that man's mental capacity, foolishness, in my opinion. I agree with you. Ignorance is in its purest form. Facts. And look at Lamar now. Look at the success he's had. 2 MVPs. He just working towards that Super Bowl. Just got his jersey retired. I think that was this year. At Louisville. So yeah, and like Tony Dungy was saying in this, you can't listen to the naysayers and the doubters because that's their bad. That's what they want to impose their fear or their feelings on you. That don't mean you got to accept it. That don't mean you have to do what they feel is uncomfortable. Wilkes,
I just looked him up. He's 5 for 9 with the touchdown tonight at the half.
Yeah. Wilkes, what's going on?
What's going on? How you doing? Wrestling with the dogs.
Hey, that's life, man. That's life. Hey, enjoy it. I know you numero uno at the house right now. So
just me right now. So enjoying it. Got the beef Wellington in the back of my mind for Thanksgiving. So driving me crazy. Pastry got to be right. That pastry got to be right. Yeah.
But it's Ravens and Chargers, 14-13 right now.
The Harbaugh Bowl.
Oh, that's right, the Harbaugh Bowl.
Yeah, right. Again. But we was just kind of getting to some initial thoughts, talking about the Tony Dungy scene, Mike Vick hosting this evolution of the black quarterback. Give us your thoughts.
I remember the Tony Dungy situation where, it was like I thought he was doing pretty good for Tampa. And you know how it's like you start coaching, you've been there for a while, they feel like you're not winning fast enough or you're not bringing in the prospects. But Tony Dungy didn't seem like a guy that really needed to step out of character. His faith and his beliefs just kind of kept him meek. I won't say mild because, he had to be some kind of tolerable of coaching grown men. So but I think it was one of those things where, it was great to see him eventually get over that hump and get that trophy. Because for a while, it was kind of like with Herm Edwards. It was like, man, he seems to be doing pretty good. But then they get rid of him. And I think he goes to Arizona, but yeah, exactly. He kind of peaked and then just kind of went away. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. I think it was done well. For me, it was like my sports cards came to life because I remember having the Warren Moon cards and Doug Wilson. I remember having Doug Williams. I remember having those cards. So yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, man. Seeing Vick host this was perfect. I mean, I don't think you could have picked. I mean, unless you had Warren Moon or Randall Cunningham doing it. But Vick's got the media chops anyway, so I think this was good.
And I think and it was done pretty well. I mean, the intro and the production and the editing and everything. But
yeah,
for me, I felt like, well, I haven't finished episode 3, but I felt like this was a redemption story. Maybe it wasn't. It was just kind of like, hey, this is who I really am, and these are my talents. I know people were ready to throw in the towel with, like he mentioned here a few times. They kept believing in him and giving him a second chance. So now Vick is definitely he has solidified himself into the culture and Mount Rushmore.
Yes,
I mean, he's done that.
Really, yeah. Vick. I mean, Vick changed. When I was in Atlanta when Vick was there, and it was the city was on fire. It was basically like Dirty Birds 2.0, Jamal Anderson 2.0. I was just waiting for him to get that opportunity to go to the Super Bowl. It didn't happen, but I mean, he turned the whole NFL on fire, and it's just it's just a process of evolving. We had Randall Cunningham who had his moves, but you had Vick that was just kind of like a Houdini, which kind of rewinds back to Marlon Briscoe. And man, shout out to him. And
who's first team
to pick
Marlon Briscoe?
Huh?
First team to pick Marlon Briscoe.
Broncos.
Raiders.
Oh, Raiders picked him? So what ended up happening?
They drafted the Snake the same.
Oh,
draft.
You're right. Stabler, yeah.
Do they have? Is that the picture of him and John Madden? He didn't play for the Raiders. Did he ever play?
No, he ended up going to play for Buffalo and Broncos and another team. He actually won a Super Bowl and made a couple of wide receiver Pro Bowls.
Yeah, with the Dolphins. And rest in peace to him.
72 Dolphins, 72 Dolphins.
Yeah, rest in peace to him. He recently passed away. But again, another one of those situations where either you change positions or go to Canada. Which one you want, or go to the USFL like Doug Williams did. But Marlon Briscoe was the first black quarterback of the modern era. He only got two or three starts, and that was it. And then it also talked about 1930, the Great Depression. There was no black players for 12 years. He said 12, but it was like 1946. When somebody else,
like he said, it was one of those things where we can't let black people get paid and these white people are not getting paid. We can't have them getting money over these white players. So that's why I said that video that was shared, it kind of tied into this what we're watching, because they mentioned the depression. But they want to have that. Oh no, like that.
Yeah, them owners was depressed too because nobody was coming to the games and they was losing.
Yep. Yeah, right.
Like how much of this loser we want to go through?
Like, I'm not here for this.
Right. And the fans like, what? Who is this? Who is Johnny Huckabee? Who is this dude out here?
Isn't that the local book?
Right. Ain't that the locksmith?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, come on.
Cover for this?
Yeah, come on. They knew it, but you want to be stubborn and you want to be you want your ego to get in the way, and your ego ends up causing you to fail in a lot of situations. Don't forget how they did Warren Moon. Just think what his numbers would have been if he didn't spend 6 seasons in Canada. You're right. And he was at the top when he was in it was him and it was Warren Moon and Dungy that was in college at the same time, and they played each other in that game. But no, it was somebody else.
Yeah, I think they played against each other. Yeah. Yeah, he mentioned
but Warren Moon was a top quarterback coming out. Didn't get drafted. Where was he at?
University of Washington.
Was it Washington?
University of Washington. Yeah. So
it was good to see Warren Moon in this because, man, like being here in Texas and Houston Oil is very prominent. And like I said, I had Doug Williams. I had those cards. I had Warren Moon. I ran up Cunningham. I mean, I had these cards when I was collecting and trading football cards. So this was nice. And I remember it brought back memories of that Super Bowl he won. I'm like, I remember watching that on ABC.
Yeah.
But at that time, I didn't realize how significant that win was. But it was a big deal, man. It was awesome to see that.
Yeah, and doing that's the first Super Bowl I remember. And my dad was actually was a Redskins fan at that time because that's really the only games that they were able to watch. He grew up in North Carolina, so he was a Redskins fan. So for him, it was like that was probably some of the first excitement I see my dad watching NFL. I still remember that, really to this day. And it was and going to Grambling. My dad was a big HBCU guy. Went to Johnson C. Smith. Yeah. So like his excitement was crazy that day. And for him to do it like that as a backup. So I didn't really know the story. I thought, being a kid, he was the starter. I thought he was the starter the whole year. But he ended up being the starter until the last game of the season. Right. But that relationship he had with Joe Gibbs was huge. A-Trump.
Oh yeah, I mean, I was seeing high school. It was the dopest, man. I mean, because that stigma is still around. Black people can't do it. Black people can't do it. Even though Warren Moon had did it, Vince Evans had did it. I remember, even being an extremely young person when Warren Moon faced the Dallas Cowboys. Guys, believe it or not, Tampa used to be in the Bears division. During that period, it was Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Chicago Bears, Minnesota and the Green Bay Packers. So I'm very familiar with Warren Moon. I can remember elders complaining that they only got him Jimmy Giles. He don't have anybody to throw it because the big thing was Warren Moon is only completing 48% of his passes, but he was throwing it to Manny Moore and Jack.
He's throwing it to Johnny Huckabee out there.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
They were the Yuccaneers at the time. This is the Buccaneers were the original franchise that used to put bags on their head. So you're talking about this is a team that was averaging about 14 losses a season.
Yeah, with them peach jerseys too.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great throwback now, but I'm sure back then people didn't like them.
Nobody rocked them. I remember my mom bought me a bunch of football sweatshirts, like the one I have on now. Style got to the building, but bought me a bunch of sweatshirts, and she put my name on all of them, and she put my name on the Buccaneers, and I to this day, wherever that sweatshirt is, it's never been worn. It's like no.
Man, I ain't doing that.
Hey, those starter jackets, man. That whole era, man. And I agree with you 100%. Eric, ego equals Jerry Jones, complete problematic entity. Yeah, they will never ever win. If anybody with the last name Jones is helping run it, they won't win.
I disagree with that, but I agree with the first part.
Who you think? What Jones?
I think Jerry's the problem. I don't think Steven is. I mean,
Steven don't like spending money. You don't like doing free agency, and you got to have that to win.
But okay, then I'm gonna leave this alone. Y'all live in Dallas, but look, outside of this year, you have to go back to the Drew Bledsoe days before the Dallas Cowboys didn't do it. This is the first bad year they've had in a minimum of a decade. And
bad is a objective term, because if you go 11, 12, and 5, but you lose in the first round, fans are done with the regular season. So,
yeah, but okay. This is what you want to understand. Me and Mo had the same conversation because, like Wilkes, Mo's a 49er fan.
Yeah.
And he's pissed off at Kyle Shanahan. And I'm holding the phone, letting them think.
Right.
And then I'm like, hey, you're complaining that your team lost twice in the last 5 years in
the
the
Super Bowl. Yeah.
I said, I want you to go. I said, I'll give you half on a ticket to Detroit or to Cleveland. And you stand your behind in the middle of the dog pound or the Detroit Stadium. Man, we lost in the Super Bowl and watched that stadium beat the hell out
Right. It's like it's still the biggest stage. You're still on the biggest stage.
Right.
You know?
And then with the Cowboys, they're 12-4 a bunch of years. They lose in the first round of playoffs. I hope this doesn't sound like I'm insulting you, but I want you to understand this. What was all this criticism of Peyton Manning when he was losing in the first round for the first 8 years? You know, Peyton Manning is barely 500 for us.
Oh yeah. No, I agree with that. I was criticizing him then. Now I was a kid, but
he couldn't. He was I mean I see what A-Trap is saying. You didn't hear it a lot because here's the thing. Even when the 49ers were yucking it up, I don't remember anybody bad mouthing and talking about how terrible.
Hey, just Joe said no Peyton Manning slander.
He's a choke artist. Mr. I can read all the defenses.
Yeah, I mean he
dyslexic in
Mr. Mailbox Head.
He was struggling with the Patriots. He was struggling with Pittsburgh.
Yeah, he couldn't beat them for at least 4 or 5 years.
Let's see. And here's the thing: the Cowboys are losing to the team that goes to the championship every year. So it's not like they're losing to the Rudy Poots of the league.
Yeah.
And I want you then I'm gonna leave it alone. Perspective. No pun intended, Eric. Perspective.
No pun intended. It comes on Thursdays.
Look, check this out. Perspective. I want you to sit in Chicago. I want you to sit in Las Vegas, Oakland, or LA. I want you to go to Jacksonville and ask them, would you want your team to win 11, 12 games a year for a decade?
They getting tired of that part.
Hey, man.
Can we get
it's easy to get tired of when your team is in competing every year. But when you're in Chicago and the best quarterback in your franchise history is Jay Cutler, and the last time you drafted a first-round skill player that worked was the guy that replaced Walter Payton.
What about McMahon?
McMahon. Yeah. What about him?
You wouldn't put him over Cutler?
No, statistically, Cutler has more touchdowns, yards.
Statistically, yes.
Yeah, I mean, if all you had to do is had a pulse when your team was shutting people out. I mean, McMahon was average on his best day. McMahon was not Tony Romo.
It was a defense. It was a defense with a manageable quarterback.
Well, that's just like with the Ravens, the defense. Like when they had Ed Reed,
Trent Dilfer.
He should never ever talk about what we did. You mean what the defense did?
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Man.
Hey, I'm just gonna say this: the organization has won with McCarthy, but if you go with all them, it's been the past 4 years. If you go with all those Garrett days, he was basically 8-8.
They gonna play Garrett. They gonna bring Garrett back.
But look, here's the thing.
The Clapper? No, you can't bring the Clapper back, man. You can't even be an advisor, man. You stay in the booth.
That's why I say it's not Stephen Jones, it's Jerry Jones, because Jerry Jones refuses to allow a Bill Belichick, a Bill Parcells, a Jimmy Johnson, because if he allows one of them to come in, let's just say, hypothetically speaking, H-Rap is the hottest coach in the world. I would never get the if I could be the whitest man in the world, but I'm not getting that job because if I come in and win, the whole world knows we all know that it was Jimmy doing it. But if I come in and I'm a bull coach and I win, now it is clear that it's Jimmy, and he would rather lose with Rudy Poots than to win with somebody who's going to take it. That's why I don't blame you. And think about it, man. You got DeMarcus Lawrence, you had DeMarcus Ware, you got Michael Parsons, you had Smith and other DBs, you had safeties, corners, you had big time. You've had a Pro Bowler or All Pro at every position on the field. So it ain't Steven, it's Jerry, because Jerry will not allow him to hire a actual coach. Mike McCarthy is 30% retired, so they're gonna keep losing.
All right, let's switch it up.
What?
He said Cutler was a better overall QB. McMahon was a much better leader. You agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think McMahon was solid, but again, the statement was, you haven't drafted a first-round skill player since you drafted the guy to replace that worked since the guy that replaced Walter Payton in the first round. You talking about, bro? Next year will be 40 years since you drafted a first-round player as a skill player, and it worked. Now, compare that to the Cowboys. I'll take it. I'll take first-round losses. If I was a Bear fan, I'm not a Bear fan.
Yeah.
Once I leave the state of Illinois, I'm a Bear fan.
I just think, for me, I think people are just tired of, man, we can't get that playoff win. We can't get further than that. But it's, we've seen that year in and year out. But from what I've heard around here locally, because I'm here, so yes, people like to see that they're competing and winning the division and getting to that precipice, but they're not getting to the big stage. And I think people are like, yeah, okay, so we went 12-5 or whatever, but what are we going to do with it?
All I want is a conference championship game appearance. If you get blown out, I'll be okay for the next 3 to 4 years. Okay.
But at least you got it.
At least.
Okay, then I'm done after this. We'll quote my late, great coach, Jimmy Fields. All the plays work. It's about execution. And if you're executing the plays all season, and when the playoffs comes, it ain't the Willies and the Joes, it's the X's and the O's. We've just documented that they had the Willies and the Joes. That means
it's the game plan. The game plan don't line up with the team that's against.
Yeah, because you're a different animal when it's playoff time. You're a whole different team.
Yeah. All right.
When you got somebody that has 2 weeks to prepare for only you.
Right. Exactly. And you've seen them. You've seen the 49ers plenty of times. It's not the first time. They can do this. They can do similar things. They're going to go to Kittle, and you ain't ready. All right, Wilkes dropped off. He should be back in a minute. All right, let's get back into this evolution of the black quarterback. Rodney Peete, I did not know he went to USC. That was a lesson learned for me. And
you should have won Heisman that year.
Yeah, who was him and Troy Aikman was going back and forth. Obviously, we know when Troy got drafted, and Rodney Peete didn't get drafted till the 6th round or
third or fourth, something like that. He got drafted late.
But I remember Rodney Peete getting in. Was the third string in that game? What was that game that he came in? That wasn't the Cowboys? It was somebody else.
No, there was a game. He played with the Eagles. He played with the Packers. He played with a bunch of teams, man.
Yeah, had a long career.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he was around for a while.
Yeah.
People
sleep on the career backups, but the career backups got
a lot of times. He played with the Lions.
Yeah. But I'm saying people say, "Oh, this dude was just a backup." Hey, backups get paid. All right. They get deals. They get endorsements. They have a name, and he had a really good career at USC. So that was a nice moment.
Yeah, man. Rodney Peete was the man.
Yeah.
I thought Rodney Peete was. Yeah, he was pretty significant when he was playing. He came up quite a bit.
Yeah, it did. And now let's. I'm gonna mention a couple names here for you guys to look up: Eldridge Dickey, Chuck Haley. I think it was Chuck Haley, and Jimmy Ray. Those were 3 quarterbacks that did not get their opportunity, but they were mentioned all throughout this. Tony Dungy mentioned them. Rodney Peete mentioned them.
Shaq
Williams. Yeah, Shaq Harris was another one.
Shaq Harris mentioned. Well, yeah.
Hey, Gremlin was just was like quarterback for a minute there.
Man, Gremlin was trust me, living that close. And having Gremlin and coming in and playing here at the Fair Park and just you always just heard what was Grambling doing. Well, everybody was, what is Grambling doing? That organization, I mean, it was churning them out, man. People wanted to play at Grambling, man. I mean,
Eddie Robinson don't get enough credit. He don't. And it's gonna be us to have to say it. It's gonna be us to have to keep saying his name because other people are not gonna do it.
Yeah, because Eddie Robinson, oh man, big. I mean, it was to the point where even high schools were trying to mimic what Grambling was doing with the band and the football organization. So it was just like crazy. People took field trips to Grambling because you just had to see what was going on there, man. It was insane.
And the winningest coach in college football. If I'm not mistaken.
Into the kitty raper protector. Beat him.
Patino. Mm-hmm. But this record, 408, 165, and 15. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, you don't hear much. He doesn't come up much, but yeah, definitely underrated.
Yeah, I mean, and look, this is how dope Grambling was, man. You got the first black quarterback that won the Super Bowl. You got John Stallworth. You got who else? Somebody. Oh, the last great shutdown cornerback to go into the Hall of Fame. Aeneas Williams is from Grambling. So you got generations of Eddie Robinson products. Otis Wilson from the Bags.
Yeah.
I mean, they were churning them out.
Yeah. And the funny story that Shaq Harris mentioned. He said he was at home and his mom came in the room like, you going to Grambling? He was like, what? He was like, yeah. He said you about to go to class and you can go to church and he can take care of you. And he didn't have a choice. That's a black mama. You ain't got no choice in the matter. You going to Grambling,
right?
And it was that community. Like anybody that's been to an HBC, even if you just visiting, it's that community aspect that you don't get that type in a lot of places. So,
nowhere else. It's only one HBCU, just different campuses.
Right. Exactly. And I had a chance to go to Grambling. I said no. Now, maybe times could have been different. You wouldn't.
I love my.
You be in Louisiana right now, probably. If you
man, I'd have never left, probably, man. Man, hey, bruh.
Yeah.
I probably would have got fostered. I'll tell y'all what fostered is. I can tell y'all what fostered is. At Freaknik, like 92 Freaknik. We on the kick, right? Shorty walked past. Foster was like, "Oh," ran up on her. They kicking it. They kicked it the whole weekend. We were on the kick on this side. He was with Shorty. Cat went home, quit his job. Wow.
Hey, you wasn't playing.
Yeah, quit the job.
The story didn't end great, but
normally when it goes like that, it don't end well.
But
them to a month or two to get that.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Yeah. This was only fun because we didn't really know each other that well. Now we know each other that well. Yeah. Go ahead. You gotta get out of here, buddy. Hey, one of the
go along with that story. That's why
it's bringing back memories in your head. I can see it.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to Common. I think one of the best lyricists, and he's from the Shire. Went to FAMU. I didn't know that.
Chicago. I didn't
know he went to FAMU. That was.
I knew he was a rattler.
Hey, it was good hearing his perspective, and at the 40/40 Club.
I think that was nice. Like LA or something. I've never seen him in Chicago.
You ain't never seen him walking down the street, or you ain't never seen him at a
I don't know what John Land. I mean, Common.
Hey, side note, have you heard that album with him and P Rock?
I haven't had the opportunity to listen to it yet.
I have not.
Hey, well, hey, I'm gonna do you like you did me. You need to listen to that. You need to listen to that by next week. It's good.
That's
But
gonna
I
be
think
different.
it'd be
My iTunes
more.
won't play it.
You said what?
My iTunes won't play it for some reason, man.
Really? I think it would be perfect for you. I thought it was all right.
Yeah, everybody loves it, but it's kind of tough.
I haven't heard it yet.
It was all right to me, but it got nominated. I see.
I can't stand it.
I see why.
Yeah, it's gonna play on my iTunes. I love P-Rock.
I keep hitting play, but it says do not play.
It'll play. It'll like it would just go right to Pharoah Monch or somebody.
Hey, that was a dope era of rap, man. Raucus and Pharoah Monch and Talib Kweli and what was the dude that made the beats? High Tech. Yeah, man, that was a good time.
Raekwon.
Don't have them like that. Well,
no, they still making that music, man.
That's why I said, they're still doing that. You just gotta be in the know.
Have you checked out Talib's podcast?
I haven't checked out his podcast. I thought you were gonna say about his album. His new album is insane.
Yeah, no, I haven't heard the album, but the podcast, I don't know if he's still doing. I've seen some clips.
The People's Party? Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah.
I like the People's Party.
Yeah. I mean, this is how these stories, like you talk about a lot, A-Trap. This is how these stories get told. This is why we starting to hear more stories about what went down with this and how they came up and how they impacted other artists. So this is why these podcasts are needed. Because this you got a open forum to share, share stories to enlighten people, to encourage people. So I love it. Whenever a rapper start a podcast, I'm probably gonna watch it or listen. Either one. All right, so Doug Williams, man, and I'm glad they spent a good enough time with him, and also let me go back. Shaq Harris ended up going to Buffalo, and he ended up getting some run and had a pretty decent career. But seeing Vick talk to each one of these guys, really, was really a really good touch.
I liked it. I thought it was, like I said, it was like some of my football collection coming back. Yeah. But it was just awesome to see, and then getting them while they're, I know time passes on, but getting them while they're still alive and having them on this, and people reaching out that, hey, Vick is doing a thing, and Vick traveling to go see him and just ask. It was awesome. I mean, I enjoyed it. It was done well. I thought it was real good.
Yeah, I would have loved to have him sit down with Marlon Briscoe, but he ended up passing away.
Yeah, that would have been dope.
That would have that would have been great to see. And a lot of these guys are deserving. They're deserving of this and for their names to be mentioned because obviously they paved the way, and without them, it wouldn't be. I
wonder if
Vick, McNabb, and Mahomes.
Yeah, I'm curious if this may come back around during the Super Bowl. Like maybe they'll have them at the Super Bowl. But
that would be great. That would be great.
It's kind of like a little honorary thing, but
yeah. Vick may be going around promoting season 2.
Yeah,
so we'll see. Because it's probably gonna be Chiefs against somebody. So
Oh yeah, I'm sure Chiefs against. Hey, they may get what they wanted last year. Chiefs and Ravens.
Maybe I hope so, man. I hope so.
Might be Chiefs and Ravens.
I hope so.
I think Chiefs and Ravens.
Yeah. They're both in the same.
Yeah.
Well, it could be in a conference championship game.
Conference championship.
A repeat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it could be a repeat.
Lions.
Maybe. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
That division is crazy. That division is crazy right now.
And once again, the Cowboys had a chance to get Dan Campbell. I don't even think they interviewed him.
I'm telling you, man, his personality is too strong. He is going to.
Jerry don't want.
He'll take the limelight off of Jerry.
Yeah, Jerry doesn't want.
Who's the only owner / GM that does interviews after the game? You got him in the tunnel. He's not even at a booth. He's in the tunnel with reporters around him. and at the same time, McCarthy's at the podium.
Yeah.
Like, what sense does it even make?
Yeah, it's like you said. I mean, well, that's why when Bill Cowher got his Super Bowl finally, and they were like, "Oh, there's a possible job landing at the Cowboys." Now it was years ago, and I'm like, "Hey, Cowher damn sure ain't coming to the Cowboys." It's like you said, Jerry does not want to give up that limelight. He don't want to give up that it's me. But it's like, man, we know it's you. Just fall back.
Right. We know already. Yeah. You were not gonna miss anything, okay?
Right.
You like FOMO. Like you feel like you're gonna miss out like a little kid. Yeah. You don't want to take a nap. You're about to miss out on something. Go ahead and take your nap, man.
He wants that old school 90s.
I've got to sleep, man. Nobody bothering you, man.
Right. Bobby Heenan, NFL.
That's a good comparison. Man, he like the Suge Knight. No, he like the Diddy.
No, because Diddy
dancing in the videos.
At least Diddy was letting you shine, though. You still know who Mace is. You still know who Biggie is.
Right.
Diddy was just like, yeah, me too.
Yeah. He'd be in the front dancing. Like,
it was just like,
you want the whole.
You mad, but me too.
Right.
Yeah, this Mace and Diddy. It ain't Mace featuring Diddy. It's Mace and Diddy on a duet. Yeah, man, come on.
We're a tandem.
Right.
Yeah, man. One day, man. One day.
Hey, but real quick on Randall Cunningham, I was not an Eagles fan at all, but that old school jersey and the helmet, man, it's still classic. I wanted that for Halloween, man. I ended up wearing the 49ers get up, but man, them old school Eagles jerseys, especially with Randall,
the crazy thing is, our high school, we were the Eagles. In high school, we had, but we were blue, but we had that same scheme.
Man.
Yeah, I was like, man, this is.
Man, Reggie White on that team, man, that was a dope era. I was really good at it.
I mean, even watching this and seeing those highlights, I was just like, man, football has come a long way because this era of football, this was to me, this was like a golden moment because I'm like, I got these cards, I got these stats, I got these people. I'm like, they killing each other out here.
Yeah, this was basically the Jordan. This was the Jordan era of football right here.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I'm gonna go out and say something that I know 99.9% of the people that's watching will disagree with me that are not my age. But let me tell you something, man. Randall Cunningham would make Lamar Jackson look like a bum. And I love Lamar Jackson.
But
I don't know, man. Randall was doing.
I think the arm wise, yes.
Nah, dude. See,
I don't know about the speed. I don't know necessarily about the speed and the elusiveness.
That's what I'm saying. While I'm talking, I want you to pull up a Randall Cunningham highlight. When you see this 6'4" dude streaking down the sideline, people act like Randall Cunningham was moderately fast. No, this dude was fast. He ain't Lamar Jackson fast. Hell, Vick say he's not as fast as Lamar Jackson. So evolution prevents him from being as fast as Lamar Jackson. But this dude wasn't a lot slower than Mike. Randall, I saw Randall turn the corner. Okay, did you see that run that Patrick Mahomes did yesterday?
Yeah.
That's a touchdown with Randall Cunningham.
Yeah, I'm about to share my screen here in a minute, waiting for this ad to finish. Yeah, we can go ahead and get into this real quick. Give some.
Randall Cunningham.
You got to give Randall.
I'll be right back.
Not get enough credit though, Ben. I'm telling you, dog. Randall Cunningham was next. Look. I'll just give you this. At the time, the Sports Illustrated, what's the media outlet of the day? Like, if your goal in life was to get on Sports Illustrated, this cat Randall Cunningham was on the cover of Sports Illustrated. That's the perfect weapon.
This dude arm was crazy,
insane. Watch, they gonna show you when he. I bet you they show you when he cut up the sideline and he about to tear the sideline up, man. Look at this, man. Oh, by the way, look, y'all ready for this?
Yeah.
This dude was an all-American punter.
What?
Yes.
I did not know. All-American punter. So he was a quarterback and punter then, obviously.
Yeah, at UNLV, man.
They're not showing. And when he was with number 99, I was trying to tackle him, whoever that was.
What team was that? I'll tell you what.
That was the Cowboys.
Jim Jeffcoat, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, you're right.
Look at this, man. And this is when you used to be able to terrorize a quarterback.
Right. It was slamming them to the ground. It was punching them in the.
Look at the touch. Look at the touch. I'm telling you, man, Lamar's the man. I wanted to win his third MVP this year, but it looked like Saquon gonna win it. But this cat right here.
Yeah, let me pull up some more.
Yeah, I'm saying
Yeah,
stop before they cut us off.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
Yeah. Don't get a lot of. It don't seem like they talk about Randall a lot too. I don't know what that's about, because
I think they'll talk about Randall a lot because Randall wasn't beholden to football. And when you're not beholden to football, first and foremost, I believe mainstream media and these leagues don't want you to really look at the past, because if you look at the past, you might open the door to your past, and you know what happens when you do that.
Right, exactly.
But Randall wasn't a slave to the game. He didn't live.
He also seemed like he was he to himself?
Yeah. Randall Cunningham runs a bathroom tiling business in Vegas right now. Yeah. Hey, by the way, Randall Cunningham his older brother played for USC, and he was the man in the NFL. His name was Sam Cunningham, but they used to call him. He used to run people. They used to call him Sam
Bam Cunningham.
That's
his brother.
That's his older brother.
What?
Sam Bam Cunningham for the Patriots out of SC.
Man, I did not know that.
Sam Bam.
Hey, but Doug Williams, he was 5'5", he said, when he was when he said he was a sophomore.
Yeah, sophomore and junior. Yeah.
Then he was a junior. He grew to 6 feet and he started playing quarterback. Didn't get a lot of offers. They wasn't, obviously, in the South. They wasn't going to give scholarships to black QBs. So he ended up going to Grambling. Kind of the rest is history. He ended up going to Tampa Bay early on and had some success. And this is why partnership is good. This is why allies are good, because the guy that was over there at Tampa Bay, McKay, didn't care what color you was. Give the person an opportunity and let them do what they're going to do. And then that relationship you build with Gibbs, end up getting that opportunity, with the Redskins, and then a little bit of the USFL experience in there. But he took advantage of the opportunity he had once he got that shot and that Super Bowl, and asking dumb questions like, "How long you been a black quarterback?" What? Come on, man. Who is this guy?
What's she talking about?
Who was that guy?
No one knows. They swept that guy under the rug because they were pretending to try to act as if he wasn't a black quarterback, but we all knew he was a black quarterback. And, it was a different time, man. It was the beginning of the evolution of America, I would say. Because I'm trying to be as nice as possible, but America was interesting back then, and I didn't even realize it. I didn't realize how close I was as an adult to the civil rights movement. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When I was 8, Dr. King was dead 10 years. And to be honest with you, these are things that I'm literally just realizing as a 45, 50-year-old man. Like, man, I'm only 10 years ahead of Dr. King, past Dr. King. Just think about this. This happened 20 years after 20 years, 19 years, 3 months before Dr. King. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's just like with my mom, they mentioned in here what slavery was we're only 60 years removed from slavery. My mom is 60.
Exactly.
She'll be 61 in February. It's like what is happening right now?
It's amazing. That's why I've been pushing history on my podcast, because I just found I just started Ancestry.com maybe 2 months ago. And I got an uncle, we used to call him Uncle Dry, one of the coolest guys in the world. I found out this dude was a slave. That means a formerly enslaved person handed me money before.
Wow.
He was married to my granddad Richard's little sister Hazel. So Uncle Dry and Aunt Hazel used to come to Chicago. He lived in Central Illinois, Peoria, Illinois, same place where Rich Pryor's from. They would come up, and my sisters would go down and hang out with them. Uncle Dry would come back, and he was a cool guy. And then I was talking to my Aunt Rita. She's like, Uncle Dry was enslaved. I was, what? She's like, yeah, he was. She said when he told her. And she said, she turned to her mom. He said he was a slave. And my Aunt Hazel was like, he was. So I actually laid eyes on the person.
Wow. Yeah.
I've actually touched the person. I've actually received a gift from a person who was enslaved, Uncle Dry.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's
my cousin Sonny.
It's amazing.
Well, he's my mom's first cousin, but my cousin Sonny, his dad was enslaved. So when people, you need to get over it. Well, okay.
Yeah, that's why. I mean, I appreciate my guy. He used to be on TMZ. Man, what's that guy's name? Van Latham, man. I appreciate his delivery on that because people are like, oh yeah, that was a fun time. It's a fun time for who? Right. It wasn't no fun at all involved. Now we made fun because we had to, because we find ways to help go through tough situations. And then that goes to Marlon Briscoe, 1968 when he got drafted. That was not a great time in America then. And again, when it comes to those allies and those people that see greatness in you, and don't matter if you black, drafting him.
Doug Williams was talking about how he was getting hate mail and rotten watermelons and shit like that. And it's just like, and to go
into that Super Bowl and win that Super Bowl like that against Elway, Elway, which was the golden boy. But Doug Williams, 18 for 29, 340 yards, 4 touchdowns. That was a record. I don't know if that record's been broken.
I think Joe broke it 2 years later.
Okay.
When he
Elway had 14 for 38, 257, 1 touchdown, and 3 picks. So who was the better man on that night? Obviously, it was Doug Williams. So
yeah, and it was a bit drubbing. And believe it or not, check this out. Most black folks don't want to admit this. Timmy Smith for the Redskins should have won Super Bowl MVP. Doug killed it, but he just had one real good quarter. Timmy Smith destroyed that game.
Wow, you're right. 204, 22. Oh my God, 22 carries, 204 yards, 2 touchdowns. Had a 58-yard run, and you could have gave it to Ricky Sanders, who had 9 receptions for 193 and 2 touchdowns. So really,
Right, you ain't gonna get that night. You weren't gonna get Doug had to get through the game and win. He was gonna be Super Bowl. Right. But the sad part is you saw racism at the end of that game.
Yeah, I mean, is that the one where they? I don't know. Maybe it was a regular season game, but they had to escort him off.
No, this is the game for the 5 years before that. From 83 or 81 to 88, Super Bowl MVP at the end of the game said, "What you doing after the game?" "I'm going to Disneyland." And Doug's like, "I'm going to get a pork chop." No, I'm just playing. They didn't ask Doug, man. They didn't give an option.
Yeah. And there was a quote by there was a quote by Coach Robinson. It was like, "So what do you think Doug Williams needs to be successful in the NFL?" He said, "Just opportunity."
That's all I need.
Like,
just give me a chance.
And the same thing with Shaq Harris. He was like, "Look, I can't get you in the league right now because they're not really looking for that type of QB. But if you give me 4 years, 4 years later, he was a man of his word, and ended up going to the Buffalo Bills." So,
And
keep saying
it.
it.
Pro Bowl.
Yeah. Now, was
OJ there?
Yeah, that's what I was just wondering.
I was going to say,
they were on the team together.
OJ the electric company, but he didn't play. You know, he hardly played, but you know, he made the team with the electric company. Yeah, man. Hey. Fun fact: it's a sportscaster, a rarely known sportscaster, that y'all don't realize he was on that team. Guess who was on that team?
Who's a sportscaster right now?
Mm-hmm. Oh gosh, I'm not gonna guess that.
Yeah,
Al Michaels?
Hey,
Al Michaels?
Nope. Come on, knock it off.
Chris Collinsworth?
No. He ain't that old.
God. Yeah, he ain't that old.
Okay. His original name was Robert Earl Monroe. But that's not his name today.
Not Earl Campbell.
No.
Robert Earl Monroe?
Robert Earl Monroe.
I don't know who that is.
You got me on this one.
You got me with that one.
I'm about to look this one up.
And of course, I know when I see it.
Ahmad Rashad was on that team.
Oh yes.
Wow, I'm saying wow because this dude's name used to be Robert Earl Moore.
Yeah. I thought it Monroe.
I did not know that.
Buffalo, New York next sang.
I forgot that altogether, but I do remember something I was watching and they were showing like it was a highlight of something. I was like, is that Ahmad Rashad? Like, what, he's on the Buffalo Bills? I was thinking,
the fact that he played. I didn't know he played football because he was on. You did NBA inside the NBA. He was
really rare.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That was a bunch of years ago. I figured that out.
Bobby Moore. See, that's my man.
Bobby Moore. Man.
Please hang out with me, man. Fun facts for days.
Fun facts, man. Always coming through. Hey, what's up, Fly Tie? I appreciate that comment. Thank you for tuning in. But man, this first episode was great. Looking forward to the next two. I think, and they had Jalen Hurts in it at the beginning, which I felt like was good because that's the next era. Obviously, they're gonna have Mahomes. I'm sure they're gonna have Lamar.
Yeah.
But I want to hear some stories. I want to see some of the older QBs as well because I think that obviously brings a full circle. And
because you lived through some of that and you realize that, man, why we don't have no black quarterback? Because that was a big thing. Like, why they not starting the black quarterbacks? And then they went from why we don't have black coaches.
Right.
They can do an evolution of the black coach. They can go.
Yeah, that would be another. Hey, that may be season 2. Hey. That may be season 2.
Maybe if Tony Dungy go get some dogs to fight, they can let him do it.
Oh man.
Chickens. He get a chicken with a Bible, and then it's all.
Sound like don't come.
Yeah. And then when he when Vick came up and hugged Goodell, he was like, "Yeah, well, you said that you wanted to help other people not do it." I was like, "I get it."
That's why he got out of jail because it was Donald Trump and rest of his homies and all those kind of dumb. I'm telling you, I will go to my grave saying that because that was to be remembered. Y'all old enough. I see y'all old enough to remember that.
Yeah.
Remember the whole push was Vick gonna help us shut dog fighting down coast to coast, border to border. And then,
he was the dog fighting poster child.
I was gonna say that he was the poster child, the spokesman. Yeah.
The spokesman.
And then they started finding out it was judges and senators and
all types of.
Right. We was gonna give you 5 years. We're gonna give you 18 months. Come on home.
Yeah. Like, oh, whoops. Yeah, it was a lot more. It was a lot of us was involved. Oh, no, we can't. Yeah. Hey, but man, Vick reincarnated with the Eagles, got another $100 million contract. Then they'll end up being a backup for a couple years. Vick, they had one hell of a career, man. So
I forgot he went to Pittsburgh. They had in the second or third episode they showed him in a Pittsburgh. I forgot he went to Pittsburgh for a little bit.
Steelers. That's what
that run he had. I will never forget that run he had. I think it was against the Vikings. Where he ran that, what was that, 50-yard touchdown to win the game?
They showed it in season 2. Episode 2. They showed it in episode 2.
Hey, man, they definitely got to show that. But So we'll be back next week. Let's get some final thoughts for episode 1. Wilkes.
I'm enjoying it. I loved it. Even when I saw it before we reviewed it, I wondered if anybody else had noticed it. It was coming out on Amazon. I was like, man, this thing's pretty nice. I kind of want to watch that. And it's just done really well. I mean, the production is nice. The intros, the history, the chronological following, and kind of jumping back and forth, and the similarities. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I like it.
Yeah, I think this is right what we need because this shows the impact that we not only made on the NFL but on football. Like, you can't talk about any level of football and not talk about us.
Because I remember small things like this, even even in the late, well, maybe more of the 90s and in the early 2000s, you would hear those whispers of, why don't we have more black quarterbacks, or what do they have to do to excel and be leaders? And I remember hearing small little conversations here and there, about the black quarterback kind of stepping into those roles and, trusting them to lead the team. So this is definitely the flashback for me, and just great to see some of these old games and seeing these highlights. I'm like, man, this is awesome. This is good stuff. I remember.
Bring back a ton of memories, man. A ton of memories.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Hey, Trap.
The best part about this is when we celebrate Randall coming in.
Yeah.
All right, Randall.
No, we did that on our show. They didn't do it in this episode.
Yeah. But well, if y'all seen, you sound like you've seen all of it, A-Trap. I'm sure is he on it at all?
I don't. Yeah, I was gonna say, did they interview him at all? I'm on episode 3. What's that?
They do make 5 either though. So
yeah, you got to do him too. So I don't know. Maybe we'll be in season 2.
It is. It has to be a season 2, but this was excellent to actually comment.
Oh, they didn't get Culpepper either. Cordell Stewart.
Cordell Stewart. They do not. The thing is, hopefully they did do it, but I don't have any criticism for this, man. This is one of the best documentaries I've ever seen. Michael Vick was the perfect person to do it. The reason I say Michael Vick is the perfect person to do this is he turned the corner. You had Brandon Cunningham, 3rd round out of LV. Then you had Rodney Peete, and it was like, maybe you see. And then a couple people sprinkled in, Tony Banks and others.
Yeah.
And then at McFive get picked out to Peyton Manning. And McFive heated up. But Vick was the first to eliminate all that.
Yeah, like you knew he was gonna be the real deal.
Right.
He was making people look goofy at Virginia Tech. He was just looking silly.
Yeah, he definitely solidified himself. I mean,
man. Vick was the man. And of course, he's left-handed, which makes him just a little better than the rest of you people.
The rest of you bums.
The rest of the quarterbacks. My bad.
It was really good too to see him sit down with Dion. That was the night. I would have liked more of that conversation.
Yeah.
That was pretty. That's in episode 2 or 3, I think.
Yeah. And Prime sit down.
Looking forward to that one. Yeah.
And you know what, man? I want to see a comprehensive detailing of Coach Prime.
Yeah, he need a whole. Well, he did have a series. But I'm saying
it was like, I want to.
He had a 30 for 30 too.
Yeah, but it was like I want to. In my personal opinion, it has only been 2 other people like Prime in the history of sports. That is Sugar Ray Robinson and Muhammad Ali. Nobody else. Because Ray Robinson at this time, he was dancing, he was owning businesses, he was the man. Muhammad Ali just drew people in. You didn't even need to know what sports was, but you knew who Muhammad Ali was.
Right.
Coach Prime.
Yeah. I
think they need to do that. They need to do that. Like, they are one of 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
So
I agree with you.
Vick,
Yeah, it's almost
the
like
personality, the athleticism, and that.
And once again, you remember it that era, Dion, and the way he's just moved through society and life, and now he's a coach, and people. I mean, they got stories about him and recalling games. Like, I mean, even retired quarterbacks that played against him got stories. So, yeah, man, it's pretty awesome, man. Pretty awesome.
And you know what? This is the best thing about Muhammad. Well, Sugar Ray, late great Sugar Ray, the late great Muhammad, and the living and killing it, Coach Prime.
Yeah,
this is the best thing about all three of them. You've rarely heard one bad word about them as human beings.
Right.
Yeah.
That's true.
I've never heard. I'm not gonna say nobody ever say anything bad because it's always somebody in the weeds going, "I'm waiting on them to say nothing." Never. But
right.
Ray Robinson, Cassius Marcellus, Clay, Muhammad Ali, and Coach Neon. Well, I ain't gonna call it. He said he hate Neon.
He hate that Dion. Yeah.
He ain't come up with that. That was one of them.
Coach Prime.
Yeah.
But man, I mean, this was great. I enjoyed it. I watched it months ago when it first came out. Because left-hand people, we stick together. Hey, look.
We in advance.
Yeah. This is how much I like this documentary. This is gonna warm Wilk's heart. I like Steve Young now, man.
Yeah.
You must have a sit down in this.
Steve Young definitely
he left-handed, and I was like, you know what, Steve, I like you now, man.
Yeah.
A-Trap got a question for you.
Do you mean Sugar Ray Robinson or Sugar Ray Leonard? Sugar Ray Leonard, Sugar Ray Robinson is awesome. Sugar Ray Leonard is awesome. No, he is impeccable. He is one of the greatest warriors we ever seen in the ring. But nobody in the history of sports have been bigger than Sugar Ray Robinson, Muhammad Ali, and Coach Prime.
Yeah.
Because Ray Leonard was too busy trying to show how intelligent he was. He was using big words, and he was structured, and he had a flair for the dramatic and things of that nature. But he wasn't Ray Robinson. Like, you can't think of, when you think of Ray Leonard outside of the ring, you don't think of nothing.
Right.
When you see Ray Robinson, you think businessman, entrepreneur, awesome dresser, flashy, flamboyant, all that. When you see Muhammad Ali, you think of Muhammad Ali's mouth more than you think about him.
Right. Yeah.
As a matter of fact, one of my exits is for outros for my show was Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
And then another fun fact for A-Trap to warm his heart: Jimi Hendrix was left-handed.
Wow.
And played the guitar upside down.
Yeah, man. We live in a backward world. We make it work, man.
Hey, I agree with you, CJ. LeBron James documentary gonna go crazy. That's gonna be a 10-part series.
Gotta be easy.
But even with LeBron, I'm a gigantic LeBron James fan. You won't get me to say nothing. You zero LeBron slander in my life, but he's not them.
Yeah, and there's a good series called.
Definitely not. I think because like you said, everybody has their own lane. But yes, Muhammad Ali, Prime, and Sugar Ray Robinson. Oh yeah, I know.
Right. Yeah. Because think about Sugar Ray Robinson. I'm sorry, Ben. Sugar Ray Robinson was that when it wasn't cool to be black in that.
Right.
Yeah.
I need to watch something on him because obviously I know the name, but I don't know about his personality and kind of what you're talking about.
Yeah, you don't see too much about Sugar Man.
I don't think they have much about. I mean, there might be a few things out there,
but there is a series called Starting Five. It's on Netflix. It's good. LeBron, Anthony Edwards, and a couple other guys, Jason Tatum. But it kind of dives into LeBron. So check that out, CJ, if you haven't watched that yet. Be great. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you. He said, I got Sugar Ray Robinson as my number one boxer of all time. People really don't know how great he was back in those days. A-Trap, I watched a lot of boxing. Yeah, I know.
I mean, you got dude going through 2 or 3 weight classes. He naturally 160 pounds. Like middleweight. He fighting heavyweights and knocking them out. He knocking them out with both hands. Flamboyant, good dresser, good businessman.
He was that Ric Flair, baby.
Yeah, he was Ric Flair.
He was that.
And then that man was fighting with a 1-9.
Who was it?
That man had a conch.
174, 19 and 6.
That's what I'm saying. That man was playing every Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was like, hey, Saturday is right here downtown.
Come see me.
come on. We'll knock this out.
Did they ever do a movie about Jack Johnson?
No, that's another brother. He another one, but it wasn't no sound. Okay, fun fact. This is the greatest Jack Johnson story I ever heard in my life. Jack Johnson came to Joe Lewis's training facility when he was finna fight Max Schmeling the first time. He said, man, I can teach you how to beat him. And they refused it. And he got his brains beat out. Jack Johnson is another one, but you have no sound on Jack.
Yeah.
Another fun fact. The tool that we call a monkey wrench, Jack Johnson invented it.
Oh,
really?
Interesting.
Wow.
I didn't know that.
Wow. See, they said they do have a Sugar Ray Robinson documentary called Bright Lights and Dark Shadows. Okay,
I'm on that. Thank you, CJ.
Check that out. Appreciate
that. Hey, CJ, when we get off, CJ, call me.
Yeah, he said Sugar Ray was like 110, maybe 110.60, maybe, or something. Dude at a 94 win streak or something. Man, that's crazy. To fight that many times,
right,
is wild alone by itself.
What you doing? Oh, nothing, man. I'm good.
Right.
Oh no, I'm just doing my weekly fight.
He retired like twice and came back and still killed.
Yeah.
That's not a name that's uttered too much, but I was wondering. I'd have to check out that documentary. But yeah, Sugar Ray Robinson. Yeah, man.
Yeah. So when Sugar Ray Leonard came, is that the name? I don't know if you know, but is that the name he gave himself or somebody else gave him?
He gave it to himself. Yeah. Ray Charles Leonard.
Okay.
I mean, like with me and Sugar Ray Leonard did the same thing. I just ain't got famous yet, but my coach called me A-Trap because I was always talking to black stuff. He was like, all right, Rap Brown. And to be honest with you, fun fact about that, I thought H-Rap Brown was Stokely Carmichael. So I'm thinking, Stokely Carmichael was my guy. I knew who H-Rap Brown was, but I'm thinking, oh, okay, cool, that's cool. And I grabbed it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Big Illinois asked me about a year ago, what would you do if H-Rap Brown got out of jail? I said, I'd give him his name back. Shit. But he don't even use it. He got a Muslim name now.
Yeah. Hey, Rick Ross need to get that name back to the Rick Ross.
Right. Okay, Rick. Chill out, man.
Yeah. What's up tomorrow on the end of the bench?
Well, I only do 2-minute segments. I'm constructing it right now. I got to do a little more research, but I'm on 5 days a week. I try to do it in the middle of the day, but since I get off in the morning on Mondays, it ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
So I'll try to do it in the middle of the day. And what I do is, instead of giving you an hour directly of a lot of information, it actually works out for the supporters. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for hitting that like button. Hey, and tonight, everybody who watched, please hit that like button. When you hit the like button, it helps out BS3 Network. It puts them into the algorithm. That means more people are watching. That means more people need to like. That means it'll be exposed to more people. But I'm actually helping with more. I disseminate more information, which is beneficial to the supporter. And like I said, I do everything: community empowerment, personal empowerment, I want people to get into the stock market. I need my brothers and sisters to get into the stock market. I'm
Still got that on the list.
Yep. I'm gonna start giving y'all information as well, because there's certain things and certain people I watch. I need people to understand the options market. I need people to understand the stock market, because, and then I'm gonna be quiet. I want you to understand is this: if me, Wilkes, Doc, CJ, Fly, and let's say Big Eric, that's 8, that's 7 people, right? If we created what is called and I want people to do this. If you create, like, if you go to a brokerage account, Robinhood, E-Trade, or whatever, they ask you, why are you doing this? Do you want to create a investment club? An investment club is so you and your friends and your cohorts can understand the markets. Imagine this, people. If you guys came in and put in $25 a week, that means don't buy an order of fries, don't buy a bag of chips, don't buy a soda, something that's going to kill you anyway. Yeah. And we already put $25 in each week. We could do, once we get to $2,000, we could do options. And if you options, for those who don't know what an option is, I know you know what betting is. You can, it's like a parlay. You are betting that this stock is going to either go from $149 a lower, or it's going to go a put. That's a put. And a call is $149 will go higher. You can set a date. You say, by this date, it'll be over $149. If you buy it, and let's say it get up to $180, if you sell it, it's a good chance that that $2,000 investment that you made will net you $27,000. I want us to get into that, because it's going to be turbulent times. No, not if we do this right. I have literally missed a couple meals because I'm like, oh, I ain't gonna buy nothing today. Yeah, because I want to put it into the market. I mean, the beauty in Robinhood is a stock might be $145. I ain't got $145. I only got $23. With $23, you get a percentage of that number. Yeah, you get a percentage of that number. You don't have to be rich to do this.
And you're owning something.
You're owning something.
These businesses that we give money to all the time.
Exactly.
You can own a piece of that business.
Exactly. Hey, how about this? I don't know anything about the stock market. Ask yourself this: that coat that you have on, or that T-shirt, those underwear you have on, where you get them from? Walmart, Target. Yeah, invest in that.
Right.
Those beats that you bought, that you walk around with your beats in your ear all day. Where'd you get them from? I order them off Amazon. Buy that.
Yeah. Right.
What did you do all day?
You put money back in your pocket.
Right. What did you do? I post on Facebook 5 times a day. Invest in Meta. Yeah. And support me, and I'll give you information from the people. Again, I am no stock expert, but I feel like this. I've refocused in the last month, and I'm up 17%. Yeah. So.
Yeah, trying to beef up my Robinhood.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna send you something. As a matter of fact, hey Ben, put this on the screen. 1 second. This is something that I've been watching since I started. When I first put some money in it, it was $6. 1 second.
Oh, I remember that with G.
You about to put it in the group?
Yeah, I'm gonna put it in the group. When I first tapped in, it was $16. Now at $6, it's up to $16. Please, don't cost you anything. And again, I'm not a guru. I don't know. I'm the man. Put that on the screen. Invest in that. I know you got $16. Right. And guess what? Something else. You can invest in a social media site, Black-owned, called Fanbase. $400 get you 60 shares.
Hey, that's a nice.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm on that one right now, man. That's been going.
Yeah, that one's been going.
That's been going like crazy.
Yeah. So
they have a lot. They do financial stuff. I think they're in like solar panel. They're in the.
So yeah, are you already on to that?
Yeah, I'm already on that. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I want people to tap the screen so they have to see it too.
Yeah, I'm thinking of buying more.
Yeah. Please buy more. Buy more.
Yeah.
More.
Yeah. So far, definitely one. Definitely want to tap into.
Yeah. When I first got in at $6, it's up to 16.
Yeah.
So you talk about almost 3 times my money.
Right.
I'm $2 away from tripling my money in with that. And
Yeah.
this state, if I only put in $10, I got $30 now.
Right. True.
So I need people to, tap in with me, and then I'm gonna restart I got to have your parents on for part 2. And if y'all know anybody who's elders that just love to run their mouths and will not shut up, give them my phone number. Because I need that. I need that. Because we, just this is what I want you to do. When I'm gonna shut up. Quincy Jones just died. Quincy Jones worked with Stevie Wonder, Michael Jackson, Barry White, El DeBarge, Ray Charles, and a multitude of other people. How many wonderful stories died with Quincy Jones?
Right. Oh, man. Just from that documentary.
Yeah.
Right. Just from that documentary.
Yeah.
But
him just sitting on the couch talking.
Him just sitting. So that's why I want, man, please, if you know anybody, like me and your parents, we had a wonderful time. We had a wonderful time. And you said, I didn't even know that. And just how many other parents, aunt, uncle, nieces, nephews, cousins, friends that we talk to. And man, and for those who have young children, CJ, especially you, because you have a toddler, but you two being and you two whoops, target IRA. Pick the day that you think your child is about to graduate from high school and put it in put money in a target IRA. You might hand your child, they say $5 a day in a target IRA. In 20 years, it gets you $300,000.
Hey, it's out there to get it.
Right.
So
the information is out there.
Yeah. So it's out there, and see the beauty in the target IRA. They aggressively trade. Let's say you do it at CJ's child's age, toddler age, and you target, and they're going to aggressively trade, and it's going. And then the closer you get to 18, let's say you do it till he's 18. Imagine CJ and other people with young people, your grandchildren or what have you. Imagine handing your grandson. You're a working class individual. You're a janitor. And on your grandson's high school graduation, you hand them a $300,000 check.
Right. Yeah.
That's what we need to be thinking. And also get together with your siblings and your cousins and your oldest living relative. Put $1 million on their head for insurance purposes. So your grandma dies. Oh, grandma. But when they walk up to you and hand you, it's 3 of y'all and hand you that $300,000 tax-free money. You like, oh, grandma, thanks.
Appreciate you, grandma.
Yeah. It's a lot easier to deal with grandma not being here with $300,000.
Right. It's a lot better to be able to pay for things.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right. You're not doing a GoFundMe.
She had the greatest funeral in history of the world. All 3 of y'all put up $10,000.
Right.
You can hit her with the Ralph Cramden. You can hit your cousin, and there's plenty more where that came from. But that's what we have to get into that mental space. And for those who haven't heard about it, Black Project 2025, it is everything that I've been talking about and the things that I'm talking about now. Hosted by this young Black lady. She's 22 years old. She started a GoFundMe. She started a marketing program to make sure her father didn't lose his bar. She saved his bar and became a millionaire at the time in the midst of this. And now she's gathering people to be like, hey, we going to recreate Black Wall Street. And it's going to be called Blacker Than a Motherfucker. What? No, I'm just playing. But
that would be a good name, though.
Yeah.
Black AF.
Black AF. But yeah, man, it's just we have to do it. And Wilkes mentioned it earlier, and I mentioned it every week. I used to mention it every week. Just imagine if we just invested in us.
Oh, yes. Damn.
Yeah.
It'd be scary, man. Some people will starve. People will starve, Like I saw this meme that said, if you were born in the 70s, from 1978 on back, your grandmother never gave you a taco. And my grandmothers, neither one of my grandmothers ever gave me a taco.
Right.
That's another fun fact.
Yeah.
But all right, man, we will see y'all next week.
All right,
Evolution of the Black Quarterback, episode 2. And we out. Peace.